Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Kana.
Ma'am, how are you?
And Deepika, how are you?
Ma'am, I am also good.
Fine. So let's wait for others to join in, then we'll continue with the chapter. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Good morning, Moksha. How are you? Good morning, Moksha. Good morning, Zara.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you, Zara? Good morning, Yashika. Okay, kids, fine, enough. Now let's get started with the class. So, children, as you all are aware that we were doing which chapter? Can you please tell me?
Ma'am, chapter 8, Human Environment.
Very good. We were doing human. We do not call it human. We call it human environment. Okay. We were doing chapter 8 of geography, which is human environment. And in this chapter, we have read about settlements, about the types of settlements, and we also read about various types of rural and urban settlements. Okay. And we started with the roadways, right, children?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. In transport, we have done started with the railways. We have done the golden quadrilateral. No, not yet. No. Have we completed roadways?
No, ma'am, we have not started roadways.
We have to start roadways. Okay, fine. Okay. So, as many children we have right now in the class, we'll begin the class with them only. We have Kanak, Mansham, Zehra, Nishika, Nishu, Arnab, Sarah, and Hanya. Okay. So, good morning, each one of you. I hope you all are doing wonderful. We have to begin with we just discussed about the importance of transport in settlements. We read that the settlements cannot be working properly without proper transport. And in order to transfer things like goods and people from one place to another, we need proper means of transport, right? And in India, the major three types of transports are Jera,
Ma'am, roadways, waterways, airways.
and four, sorry. Roadways, waterways, airways, and one very important. There you can see the picture of it as well. in the book right now?
Ma'am, railways.
Railways, right? So the thing here comes that roadways are the most important means of transport over short distances, right? If we have to cover short distances, then we do not go for airways or whatever. So we cannot only go for whether airways or railways. For short distances, people generally prefer what?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. For short distances, people generally prefer
Roadways.
roadways, right? So roadways are the most important means of transport over short distances. Very good, Soumya. It feels good to have you in the class finally. Okay. Good morning. Can you hear me, Soumya?
Yes, ma'am.
How come have you joined us today?
Ma'am, I wake up early today.
That's wonderful. Please try to do this every day, Soumya. Okay. I'm happy to have you in the
Okay,
class.
ma'am.
Okay. Sure. So,
Okay,
like
ma'am.
we're talking about, people prefer roadways, and roadways are the most important means of transport over short distances because they can be built across all types of terrain. What do we mean by the term terrain, children? What does this term terrain refers to? Over all types of terrain. What do we mean by terrain? Who will tell me? Even if
Ma'am,
you
like territories.
Hanji?
Ma'am, territories.
No. Terrain refers to different types of land, whether the land is flat, whether there are plateaus, whether there is desert, there are mountains. Doesn't matter what type of terrain that area has. It's like if there is one kind of transport which can build there with ease, is the road transport, right? Isn't it? Don't you people agree with it?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
It is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So first is they can be built across all types of terrain, and secondly that they connect even the most remote areas. Remote areas means better.
Ma'am, some transport go.
What do you mean by remote areas?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
like
where
some
the
islands where only ships can go.
Remote means backward areas, right? You can call them backward areas, okay, or distant areas. But of the areas where people doesn't used to go anywhere. Okay? Those areas are known as remote areas. Got it,
ma'am,
kids?
like the abandoned areas.
Like abandoned.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
like the abandoned
Very
areas.
good, Zara. One simple term you can use for it is abandoned areas where people doesn't used to go earlier. With the help of roads, people can travel to all the remote areas, like where there are some travel communities with like groups, where there are some small cities. So roadways have made us roadways have made it easy for us to travel to those areas as well. Next is roads can be classified. Children, here in this chapter, you can make n number of flowcharts, right? Now see again. Now they have divided roadways into two types. Roads are of two types. What are the two types of roads, children? What are two types of roads?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, metalled and unmetalled.
We call them
and
metalled
metal
roads
too.
and unmetalled roads. What are two types of roads we have here? Metalled and unmetalled roads, right?
Unmetal.
Clear? Any doubts still here?
No, ma'am.
Sure. Soumya, are you able to connect with us? Because you have not joined from the beginning of the chapter. Soumya,
Yes, ma'am.
are you able to connect with us as you did not join? No?
Yes, ma'am.
You did not join the previous.
Ma'am, actually, I have read this chapter before only.
I have read the chapter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So the metal roads are made up of concrete or asphalt, right? What are the metal roads made up of? Concrete or asphalt?
Ma'am, concrete or asphalt?
You know what is concrete or asphalt? Do you know?
Ma'am, they are the like substances that are used to make roads. Like, ma'am, they are on blackish type.
Like you might have, everybody of you must have seen a road being made. Right nowadays, in the entire city, roads are being built, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, you might have seen
Yes,
when they
ma'am.
make roads, they have first they have some grains like thingy, like the granules like thingy, which we call concrete, right? And then upon that, after putting a layer of it, they pour some black liquid over it, right? Don't they?
Yes, ma'am.
Which we also call as tar, right? We also call as tar. So yes, metal roads are made up of concrete or asphalt, and they have a smooth surface, very flat, very smooth surface, right? And they are all-weather roads. All-weather roads means it doesn't matter whether it's snowing, whether it's raining, whether the sun is very hot. The metal roads are not getting they're not getting you can say destroyed. They're not getting to just go away. No, they'll be there only the way they are, and they are mostly found in towns and cities. Flyovers and subways are also common in cities. So, children, do we have any flyovers in Bareilly?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
there is one.
There is one only.
yes, ma'am, there is.
Ma'am, more
No,
also.
ma'am,
There
many.
are many flyovers in Bareilly, right? And do we have any
Yes,
subway in
ma'am.
Bareilly?
No, ma'am.
Sure. Have you ever gone to Isaac Nagar side?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am. There's a new
ma'am, at
subway.
that
Yes.
side only.
Yes, it has been newly built. It's a newly built subway. Like the first time a subway has been built in Bareilly. Okay, and yes, it's near the Isaac Nagar side. So to be honest, Bareilly has n number of flyovers, and yes, it has a subway as well, right? So basically, they are built in big cities. If you people have traveled to Lucknow, how many of you have been to Lucknow? Raise your hands. Three of you have been to Lucknow. Five of most of you have been to Lucknow, right? Arnab hasn't been there. Arnab and Harsh.
Yes, ma'am, I've been.
You did not raise your hand. I cannot see that. Okay, six of you have been to Lucknow. So, children, if you have been to Lucknow, there you must have seen, no, in Lucknow, as we reach the station also has a subway, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
Right? So, you know that area which goes underground, that is known as subway,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Subway.
Lucknow, like that way, the railway station of Lucknow, no, it has
Yes, ma'am.
flyover and a subway as well, right? So I hope you understood what subways are.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
subways are something
Ma'am.
as well, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Ma'am, like we used to speak so loudly in that, and ma'am, our like voice
yeah,
just
our
leave.
voice, yes, our voice echoes.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Ma'am,
So
Delhi have many subways.
Delhi has many subways and flyovers as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you so much, children. I really like it when you people respond to questions, and then it seems to be fun to teaching, because if nobody is responding, then it is not fun, right? So this was all about metal roads, right? We understood what metal roads are. Next is unmetal roads. Unmetal roads are mud roads and have an uneven surface. Have you seen mud roads?
Yes, ma'am. It is mostly in
ma'am.
villages.
Yes, we find them mostly in villages, and the surface is also uneven. They are uplifted from an area. Okay, and they are bent over at areas. So mud roads are basically have an uneven surface. They are mostly found in rural areas, and they are unfit for use during rains. But can you tell me why? Roads are roads. Why mud roads are unfit for use during rains?
Ma'am, because there is, ma'am, mud, so
Become
when
moist
it's
or soft.
rain, it
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when water came, so ma'am, it will like
What will happen?
Ma'am, the mud will become
Ma'am,
moist.
due to the
clay,
pollution,
okay,
ma'am,
the roads will just
the water
vanish,
drains get
right?
closed up, and ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Exactly, the roads will vanish and you'll find water everywhere, right? There'll be, water will be clogged on them, and that's why they're unfit during rains, right? Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
clear till here? Any doubts till here, children? Regarding this?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Good. Children, the things which I underline and highlight, I request you also to do the same in your notebook.
Okay, ma'am.
Right? So, today, 6 to 8 lane highways are present in many countries. Do we have any 6 lane highway in Bareilly?
Ma'am, I think that ma'am, distance is not very far. Ma'am, the cities are not very far from Bareilly.
No, you tell me that do we have any 6 lane
Ma'am, I think the airport station side.
that has 6 lane highway, you mean? You believe? Are you sure?
No, ma'am.
That is, no. Bareilly doesn't have a 6 lane highway, but yes, Bareilly has 4 lane highways now. Right? Do you know about 4 lane, 6 lane highways?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you seen the highways?
Yes, ma'am. We have traveled also.
Yeah, every day you travel when you come to school, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Basically, there are today 6 to 8 lane highways are present in many countries and they help in this fast and smooth movement, right? Movement of road traffic. The Golden Quadrilateral Highway Network in India connects 4 metropolitan cities, that's Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. Abhi, I will show you Abhi, I'll show you the pictures of metro roads and everything, so that it will become, you'll get a better picture of it, right? And then I'll show you the Golden Quadrilateral Highway. Basically, they have built this highway which connects the 4 metropolitan cities of India. What do you mean by metropolitan cities?
Ma'am, where the metro?
No,
Ma'am, the big cities.
the
I
big,
don't know what I mean.
Ma'am, highly populated cities.
yeah, the big cities, the big and developed cities are known as metropolitan cities. So is Bareilly a metropolitan city?
No, ma'am.
No, it's
No,
not,
ma'am.
right?
No, ma'am.
But yes, is Mumbai a metropolitan city?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes,
Mumbai,
ma'am.
Delhi, Kolkata.
Yes. Okay. So the USA has the highest density of road transport in the world. What do you mean by density of road transport means?
Ma'am means they have ma'am many means of transport there.
No. Anyone else?
Ma'am, the density of transport in US is really high.
What is the meaning of density of transport?
Dance
Searching
means,
that,
ma'am.
ma'am. I have written that earlier also.
What? Better density means there are many roads built in USA, right? Over an area, right? Density means you can say number of roads over an area per unit area. So USA has many roads, right? Western Europe is highly industrialized and has a very dense network of roads connecting all towns and seaports. In India, the northern plains have good networks of roads, right? Because northern India is also a place where a lot of agriculture take place. There are industries in various places. So if you talk about agriculture only, so we need to transport this raw material to the industries and all. No, that is why we also have a good network of roads. Now let me show you. So First, you please tell me, is it all clear till here? Any doubts till here?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Join after a long period of time. You were not joining in between.
Mummy,
Yes, Nishu.
ma'am, due to COVID.
Oh, positive.
Yes, ma'am, I'm 2 times.
How are you now?
Ma'am, fine.
Good. It brings a lot of weakness to the body, right?
Yes, ma'am, a lot.
So take care of it. Yeah, so first I need to show you metalled and unmetalled roads, right, children? So that we can get a clear picture of it. See, you can see this road. Which kind of road is it? Please tell me.
Ma'am, metal road.
It is a metal road, right? And this road,
Ma'am, unmetal
Ma'am,
road.
unmetalled.
okay, this one,
Ma'am, same unmetalled.
Ma'am, unmetalled.
this one,
Ma'am, metalled.
Ma'am, metalled.
as you can see a very nice differentiation given between what? Okay, can you read the differentiation? Yes. Can you see the difference between metal and unmetal roads, children? Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So
Yes,
the roads
ma'am.
that are made of cement, right? Concrete, bitumen of coal are called metal roads. Roads that are made up of soil are called unmetal roads, right? Metal roads are mostly found in urban areas and unmetal roads are found in rural areas. Metal roads are suitable in all weather conditions and unmetal roads have become non-functional in the rainy season. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So first I need to show you these roads. Now I have to show you 6-lane and 8-lane highways. Now then you will tell me, do we have these in India or not? Okay. So this is what we call highways. These kind of roads, right? So can you tell me how many lane highway is it?
Ma'am, I have seen a 6-lane highway.
You tell me how many lane highway is it?
Ma'am, it's
Ma'am,
8
4.
lane.
4.
Ma'am, 8-lane.
This is 8 lane.
Wait.
See,
Yes, ma'am.
right? See, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sorry, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one is also 8. Okay, this is known as an 8-lane highway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. I read it wrong. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is an 8-lane highway. Right, children?
Okay, ma'am.
Do we have this in
Okay.
India?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am,
I
we
think-
have this in India.
Yes. This is an example of the expressway which is from Delhi to Mumbai, right? So yes, we have this in India. Now if I have to show you 6-lane highway,
Ma'am, I have seen. And
you
ma'am, I
will-
have traveled it on.
Anji,
Ma'am, I have seen 6-lane highway and ma'am, I have traveled it on.
wow, that's good. No, we should know. And you might have seen on these highways they have written NH24, NH this, NH that. What
Yes,
does
ma'am.
that NH refers to?
Ma'am, name is
Yes,
also.
ma'am.
What is that NH?
And ma'am, NH27 is the I think longest highway.
No, what do we mean by the NH?
Ma'am, National Highway.
National highway. Right now, this you can see is how many lanes?
Ma'am, 6.
Ma'am, 6.
This is a 6-lane highway. This is a 6-lane highway, right? Do we have 6-lane highways in Bareilly?
No, ma'am.
Which one did we have in Bareilly?
Ma'am, the 4-lane one.
We have 4 lanes, right? And always remember the like these kind of roads we have in Bareilly. These kinds, right? This one.
Yes, ma'am.
These kinds
Yes, ma'am.
of have in our city. Okay, these are known as 4-lane highways. So we have 4-lane highways in Bareilly, but the metropolitan cities also have no 6-lane or 8-lane highways too. Next, we talked about the golden quadrilateral. Why do we call it quadrilateral? Can anyone tell me?
Ma'am, because it gives the shape of quadrilateral.
Because it is in the shape of quadrilateral, right? If you want to see, like we can see this map of India, right? Or we just have to see the major cities, and you can see this one. You can see the map of India, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see that the areas which it is connected, it is what? It's connecting Delhi, okay, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata, right? You can see these 4 places.
And like, ma'am, in between there are many places also, like Vishakhapatnam,
There are
Lucknow.
many other places it's also connecting, but the main, like whenever they're making them, they made it with the concept of connecting 4 metropolitan cities, which were New Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. And while framing this, you can see that the shape which this highway forms is the shape of a
Ma'am,
Diamond?
coordinator.
quadrilateral. That is why it is known as golden quadrilateral highway. Got it? Or the
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
right? And obviously, it is quite obvious, as you can see here in this picture as well, that while connecting these major cities, the highway is connecting the other cities as well, right? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Why would they have made it? What's the why, and why did they use these 4 cities only to connect this to this highway? Why would they have done so?
Ma'am, maybe so that it can be easy for them to travel.
Yes, it is easier. Like with the help of this highway, it gets easier to transport grains, materials to these places. As you can see, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. These are important trade routes. And again, New Delhi is also an important trading town and administrating town as well. So that is why they connected these 4 first. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Any doubts still here, children?
No, ma'am.
Sure.
No, ma'am.
Well read and understood? Anya?
Yes, ma'am.
Well read and understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry. So since we have completed the railways, sorry, like the roadways, let's shift to the other topic, right? And you can see here that your next topic is railways. What's the next topic?
Ma'am, railways.
How many of you have traveled by rail? By train, I mean? 3, 4, 5, 6. Who has not
Ma'am,
traveled?
long time ago.
Who has
Ma'am,
not
long
traveled
time
by a train?
ago.
I want to know them. Sanya has not traveled. Soumya, you've never traveled by a train?
No, ma'am, I've
No,
traveled.
ma'am. When you said that, ma'am, when you said that who
Okay, yeah,
didn't
let's do
travel
this only. The ones
from,
who have not
so ma'am,
traveled,
that's
raise their
why.
hands, and the ones who have traveled, then they can put their hands down. The ones who have never traveled by a train, raise their hands. The ones who have traveled, they can put their hands down. So I think then everybody has traveled, right? When I asked about this, people did not raise their hand. So each one of us have sat and traveled in railways, and we know that railways are the fastest means of fastest
Transport.
means of land
Trans-
transport, right?
land transport.
We cannot. Can we call them the fastest means of transport itself?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Ma'am, because like if
Ma'am,
we
because it is
were,
in so much time, like when we go
This is the
somewhere,
fastest means of
it
transport.
is easy to.
Not
Ma'am,
you.
because the title is given to aeroplanes.
Yes, wow. Because that are airways. Airways are the fastest means of transport. Right? So these are the fastest means of land transport. What they are, the fastest means? The fastest means of land transport. Okay. Right, children? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
railways are the fastest means of land transport and they generally use for distance travel. Right? If we have to cover long distances, then we go for railways. If we have to go short distances only, then what do we go for? We opt for roadways,
Roadways.
right?
And ma'am, railways are also used for goods,
Yes,
selling goods.
right. Yes, they are the cheapest carriers of bulky materials in large quantities over long distances. What do we mean by bulky materials?
Ma'am, the materials which cannot be, ma'am, traveled or ma'am, transported by roadways.
What is the meaning of bulky? What do we mean by the term bulky? Hurry up, kids.
Ma'am, which comes in a bulk.
What is the meaning of bulk? That's what I'm asking.
Ma'am, a lot of things put it together.
Ma'am, a
Ma'am,
large or a
like big.
heavy.
Large quantity, heavy.
ma'am, a good,
Bulky goods means heavy goods.
Ma'am,
Bulky means,
large, but
right?
ma'am, like, ma'am, they are overloaded or something like that.
But not overloaded. Bulky, simply bulky can be defined in one line as, in one word, bulky can be defined as heavy. Bulky means what?
Ma'am, heavy.
Heavy materials, right? For example, we can take the example of wood, say. For say, wood. Wood is a bulky material, isn't it? Is wood a bulky material or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Wood is a
Yes,
bulky
ma'am.
material, so it becomes easier to transport wood through trains because they're very bulky and they can be easily transported, easy and cheaply transported through trains as compared to roadways, right? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
kids.
ma'am.
Okay, nice. Okay, now we are, and next they have said us that Western Europe and East Central USA have a vast network of railways. What do they have? Or we can say dense network of railways, right? So densest का मतलब क्या हो गया? What do you mean by dense? Dense, you got to know what's the meaning of densest.
Ma'am, like the most dense.
Right, the most dense, right? Yes, so the Western Europe and Eastern Central USA have the densest network of railways. This is because these are the most heavily industrialized regions of the world with a high rate of economic development and a large number of urban centers, right? Because they are very very popularized, very developed, industrialized nations. So if they have industries, then it is very obvious that if they have industries, then they need to transport goods they are making in the industries, right? Am I
Yes,
right,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I right?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay. So first, so this is the thingy, and second, one more thing is that apart from transporting the goods which they're making, okay, what else they need to transport apart from the final product? What else do they need to transport?
Materials.
Ma'am, the
necessities.
Hanji,
Ma'am, I think the
Ma'am,
coal.
Coal.
ma'am, maybe the material.
Exactly.
Ma'am, the coal.
Not only coal, all the raw material which they need to
Raw
make
material.
right? Even if they have industries, they need the raw materials to convert them into the useful goods, right? By say coal, iron, wheat, anything can be the raw material. The things which we use for making final products are known as raw materials. So yes, they do need roadways. They do so they do need transport to transfer the finished goods, but they also need it to transfer or to receive the raw materials, because if they'll get raw materials in time only, then they'll be able to produce the goods, right, and deliver it to the person who wants it. So this is the reason why Western and Eastern Europe have the densest network of railways. And this question can come, right? Explain, define, comment, right, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and many times it feels like whichever topic you think, ah, this will not come. That topic only comes in the exam, right?
Yes.
Next is that India, apart from Western Europe and Central USA, third number we have India. India has the second largest railway network in Asia, right? So the northern plains with their level land, high population density, rich agriculture and large number of industries have the maximum concentration of railway lines in the country. Right, because of this only we have the maximum number of railway lines in the country, and the steam engines of the past have now been replaced with the diesel and electric engines. Have you ever seen a steam engine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Who introduced the steam engine to us? Tell me quickly, kids. Who invented the steam engine?
Ma'am, who invented what?
Steam engine. बताइए. Who? Have you heard the name James Watt?
Yes, ma'am. James Bond is a writer.
Huh?
Ma'am, James.
Ma'am, character, sorry.
Ma'am,
Character.
Ma'am, James Watt invented that.
James Watt is a very famous inventor, children. Haven't you read GK and all?
Ma'am, detective.
Hanji?
Ma'am, James Bond is a detective.
Not Bond. I'm not talking about Bond. James Watt. W-A-T-T. Watt.
She's
Ma'am,
talking
he
about a
invented.
He's the
character.
inventor of steam
I'm not
engine.
talking about that. You're taking it wrong. I'm not talking about James Bond. No, I'm talking about W-A-T-T. Watt.
Ma'am, he's the inventor of steam engine.
Right? He's the inventor of steam engine, right? So earlier we used to use steam engines, but now do we use steam engines anymore?
No, ma'am.
What do we have
No,
now?
ma'am, we use electric engine.
Electric engines, right? So there are a number of transcontinental railways as well. Transcontinental railways means which connect different continents too. The Trans-Siberian Railway in Russia is the world's longest railway line, linking Vladivostok to St. Petersburg and Moscow. The Canadian Pacific Railway connects Halifax to Vancouver, and the Trans-Andean Railway line links Buenos Aires in Argentina with Valparaiso in Chile. So the Trans-Australian Railway line runs between Sydney and Perth. So which means we have dearth of railway lines, and the railway lines have till now proven the best for us. Right, children?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
traveling
ma'am.
through railways is obviously more comfortable, right, as well. No? It brings us comfort too. Okay? So have you understood properly about roadways? Any doubts regarding this?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Now let's talk about waterways. How many of you have traveled through waterways? Just I doubt many of you would have. The ones who have traveled can raise their hands. Oh, you
Ma'am,
should
not like
travel.
long distances, like we have traveled like boat or something like that.
Where did you go for?
Ma'am, not by ship.
Are you talking about Nainital वाला boating? तो नैनीताल में जाके करते हैं boating?
No, ma'am, a cruise.
that will be, yeah. So that means you have taken an experience, whether in a cruise, like even if you have went to Mumbai, they keep ferries, which with the, like in the ferries only you go from the gateway of India to there to the Janta Ellora caves. You need to go through water distance there. So yes, this is nice. The greatest, yeah. Now the thing comes with talking about railways. So railways, as usual, we know are very important for us. And who invented railways? In, like who started railways in India? Do you know that? Can you tell me who started in India?